Well, here I am at the Carrizo Plain KCL Campground. It's about 9:40 in the morning. It's August 2024. There's an excessive heat watch for this area today. And right now it's about 82 degrees. It's not bad. As you can see, I'm the only one here, and that might have something to do with the heat. I got in here after dark last night. There was nobody here. Another person pulled in, but didn't stay. This place is pretty active at nighttime. There was bats flying around and coyotes crying, and at one point, I don't know, it was probably 1 or 2 in the morning, something hit my tent, and that gave me a little scare. So I decided not to sleep inside the tent. I brought my sleeping bag outside and laid on the ground, and that was actually a really good call. It's a new moon, or they call it a waning crescent moon, but the moonrise wasn't till 4 in the morning, so it was incredibly dark out here last night. It was something else. But laying out under the stars, looking up at the Milky Way, you could see satellites flying by, shooting stars. I saw the Big Dipper. It's the only constellation that I know. Yeah, it was an interesting night. And I'm getting ready to go ride around, do a little bit of exploring. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's do this. Selby Campground. The road into the camp is like most of the roads around here. It's just a sort of a hard-packed, gravelly road. And there's go up a little rise to get into the campground. What is that, a bus bench? Upon entering the Selby Campground, you come up this little hill here. Look at that beautiful view. I think that's why they put these little benches out here for people to enjoy the view. And the first thing you see when you come into the campground is a sign that says no shooting. And then the first thing I noticed was bullet holes. The Selby Campground has picnic benches, fire pits, and they have awnings over most of the picnic tables in the campsites. This one where I parked here doesn't have an awning, but it does have a nice tree. I got a little shade for my bike. One thing I noticed walking around is that there are folks who camp here who do not subscribe to the pack it in, pack it out philosophy. A couple of these campsites are just riddled with trash. The ground it's kind of rocky, so a lot of it's not a good place to pitch a tent, or if you're worried about getting an air mattress puncture. This ground's really rocky. I think somebody left their Coors case here. And this bank here, I noticed, is filled with these burrows. Look at this one right here. That's big. I don't know what's in there. I don't think I'm gonna go up there and look in and try to find out. The nice shady awnings, fire pits, those are the pluses. The minuses are, it's a little bit dirty. There's no water. There is a restroom. We'll go look at that in a second. There is no water on the Selby Campground. Everything is locked off. If I was tempted to move from the KCL campground over to this place, I kind of like this spot. I wouldn't like it if it was raining because it's in a hole, but the ground's not rocky, and you're in a little draw right here. It's good, it's a good tactical position. And down here at the end, there's the road and the campsite makes a little bit of a loop here. Double picnic bench site, and then they have a fire pit over here at the end of the campground. There are no campfires allowed out here right now. There's extreme fire danger and an excessive heat warning today to boot. I was walking over here to have a look at the horse stables, and what are these? I'm a city boy. Are these cantaloupes? My first guess is cantaloupe, but I guess they could be watermelons or pumpkin or something. It's really surprising because it's so dry up here. What are these things? If anybody knows, please comment. Let me know. There's the horse stables with a water spigot that's locked off. So unless you have a key to that thing, you better bring some water for your horses. So if you're out here in the Carrizo, if KCL's full, there is free camping in certain areas of the Carrizo Plain, not in the flatlands, but in some of the hills you can free camp. And look at this. No shooting. But if KCL's full and you don't want a free camp, there's always Selby, but bring water. And look at that, there's a bullet hole in the window of the bathroom. They do have nice bathrooms here. These are, oh, lock broken. Please knock. There is toilet paper. And then there's a kiosk that gives you some information. The Selby Campground and surrounding area was once an oil pad. It's the site of the deepest oil well drilled on the Carrizo. In 1985, ARCO drilled 17,697 feet. The well had some oil and gas shows, but never produced commercially, and was abandoned the same year. They also show you some of the different lizards, birds, lots of signs that say no shooting, wildfire prevention tips. Right now, there are no campfires allowed. Pack it in, pack it out. Come on, people. Take all your trash with you. A little thing on snake safety you can barely read. A little chart with some of the birds that call this place home. There it is, Selby Campground. That's Soda Lake right there. Looks like they had a fire here. Everything on the east side of Elkhorn Road is burned up, and it looks like I'm heading into a thunderstorm. Might be getting wet. Well, I've made it back to the KCL campground. Just finished having some dinner. Rode all over the place today. Saw some burned out areas. Rode through a thunderstorm. Took a little side trip over to Nukiyama. Filled up the tank. And when I got back here after the thunderstorms blew through here, my tent was kind of blown around. So I tore it down, packed it up, and yeah, I'm just gonna sleep under the stars, which is what I ended up doing last night anyhow. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope there was some good information in this video for anybody who's interested.